Hello guys, I hope you all are doing fine, and in this video we are going to learn about videos, how we can read them, how we can show them, and how we can write them. Now before I proceed, let me show you how we can read the videos. Okay, so reading video is very simple. First you need a variable where you will store your video capture variable. Okay, I will explain all this. WCI, I am using WCI as a variable name. You can name it anything. I am using WCI because I am going to take the input from webcam, so WCI means webcam input. It's total random stuff, but I always try to use some meaningful variables, so that when I write longer codes and I take video input from large number of sources, I can actually understand that from where I am taking the input. I mean, this video object is from this input, this video object from this input. So the function is cv2 dot video capture, and this video capture takes just single argument, and this argument depends on your your source. If your source is a file which is stored in the system, then you need to pass the name of the file. Suppose your video file name is fun.mp4, then you need to pass it like this, fun.mp4. And if you are taking input from a webcam, then you need to pass the index which is associated from the webcam. Now this index, if you have just single webcam in your system, which is the primary webcam connected to your system, only one, then you need to pass 0 here, and it will read from your webcam. If you have more than one webcam, then your index will increase 0 1 2 3 4. If you have 5 webcams, then the index will be like this: the primary one 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, up to 4. It starts from 0. Okay, so I'm not using any file. I'm using my webcam. Okay, I'm using my webcam, and I'll show you how you can we just read. Okay, we just read the video input. Okay, now let me show you what this WCI is exactly. Print WCI. When I print this, you will see that it is actually a video capture object. Yeah, it is a video capture object, and I request you to please ignore this thing. Just ignore it. Okay, you just see here this video capture object. This is a video capture object. Okay, now so WCI is a video capture object. Now we want to show this image. Now how we will show this image? In our previous video we saw that we have this cv2.imso function which takes a window name and an image. So what we are going to do is we are going to extract the frames from this video capture object, and these frames we will show one by one for a millisecond. How we can do this? Let me show you. Okay, we are going to use this while WCI dot is opened. Now what this function do? This function will just check that whether our source is legitimate or not. If our source is legitimate, then it will be opened. There will be an output. Okay, so if suppose you are trying to access a file name which is not available in this directory, then this will give false. Suppose you are trying to access a webcam index which is not available. Suppose you have just one webcam attached to your system and you are giving index value 70, then this will give false and this code will not run. But since we are passing 0 and I have my single primary webcam connected to my PC, this is going to give true, and we are going to get the input. We are going to proceed inside the while loop. Okay, so what next we are going to do? We are going to use another function which is WCI.read. WCI.read function, what it is going to return? It is going to return two variable. The first variable is I'm storing in R, and the second variable I'm storing in frame. Okay, so WCI.read. Okay, now what this read will do? Read will see that if there is a frame available. I mean, in your video input, if there is a frame available, then this WCI.read will return true to this R. And if the frame is true to this R, and if R is true, then that particular frame will be stored in this variable. Okay, now if there is no frame available, then this R will hold false, and this frame will not hold any frame. Okay, this will remain, you can say uninitialized or something like this. It does not contain anything. Now what we are going to do is if r, this line means that if r is true, you can write if r double equal to true, or you can write if r only when you deal with true. Okay, so true values, true. Okay, so if r is true, then what we want to do is we want to show that frame. Wait, I am show. Now we are going to take the window name. Window name will be video player. Let me name this video player. Okay, let me name this video player, and the file is frame. Okay, now we know that we want to show this frame. Now we use the cv2.wait key. Now in this case we are not going to show the frame for indefinite time or for infinite time, because it will then the starting frame of the video will be shown infinitely. We will show each frame for just 1 millisecond. cv2.wait key, cv2.wait key 1. Okay, now there is one problem. The problem is that when we will run this code, then we will get the input indefinitely. Okay, we should have something to exit this. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to change this. If cv2.wait key 1 is equal to ord e, I will tell you what this line of code means. We are going to break out of this loop. We are going to stop accessing the video file. Okay, we are going to break out of this loop. Okay, and here also, else, wait, here also, because if r is false, then there is no frame available, then also we are going to break out. Now let me tell you something important. What here this cv2.wait key function, that cv2.wait key function actually waits for you to press any key. If we do not pass any key like this, then it will wait for you to press the escape key. But I am defining here that I want to press E. And when I press E, you just need to break out of this loop. Okay, so I will show you a better example of this cv2.wait key. Okay, don't worry about that. Okay, now what we are going to do is we are going to run this code. Let me check. First of all, okay, we took the input and all these. Okay, everything is looking very fine, but we want to do one thing. After we break out of this, we need to release this WCI. Okay, we need to release our source. This is important. And the second thing that we need to do, since we are done with our code, we don't want to do anything, we need to destroy all the windows. These two things are important and we must do these things. Okay, now what we are going to do is we are going to run this code. You will most probably going to see my hand. Yes, you can see my hand there, and you are getting the input, output, video output. You are getting the video output in this window. Okay, and one more thing I want to tell you, that we just read the video input from video capture function, and then we show this video using the IMSO function by extracting the frame one by one, because every frame is actually an image. Okay, now I'm going to press E and this window will exit. I just pressed the E and the code exited with 0 code and the window exited. Okay, we saw two things here. The first is how to read the video input and how to show them on the window. Now we are going to see how to write, which is I will not say which is complicated, but it is there are a lot of parameters that it is going to take, and you need to understand these. I will try to explain it in the best way. So the last part is our video writer. I mean, how we can write the videos in our system. So in order to write the videos, we need to create, first of all we need the source. So the source is already here. That is cv2.video capture. That is, we are going to take the input from our webcam, and we will take a small part, a small input of our webcam, and we will save this as a output video in our system. Here it will show here. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to create a variable wco webcam output. I always try to name variables like this, is equal to cv2.webcam video video writer. Now it takes some argument. The first argument, okay, wait, not 4cc, just video writer. Now the first argument that it is going to take is name of the file, the name of the file. So the name of the file will be output.avi. okay, and the second argument it is going to take is a 4cc codec. Now what is a 4cc codec? A 4cc codec is basically the technique which is used to compress the frames in order to form the video. Okay, so there are various 4cc codecs. The codec that we need is the one which is lossless codec. There are lossy codecs and lossless codec. We will use the lossless codec because it is efficient and there will be no data loss. And the most famous one is HFYU. It is a 4-character. Codecs are 4-character which we need to pass. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to define a variable which will store our 4cc codec. Now what it is going to do is it is going to cv2 dot video writer 4cc, and 4cc will take 4 characters of that codec. If our codec is HFYU, then it will take H, F, Y, U, but we can pass it like this, HFYU. okay, so we have our 4cc codec, so we will pass our 4cc codec FOURCC 4cc because it's the variable that is holding our 4cc codec. After that, what we need is the width, frames per second. Now we need the frames per second of the video, so we are taking 30 fps. okay, after that we need the width and height of the video passed as like this, WH, but width and height are not defined yet. We need the width and height of our input. In order to get the width and height of input, we can get it like this. W is equal to, it is going to be int value, so we need to type we need to cast. okay, so int is equal to W is equal to integer value, because the function that we are going to use will take will give us float value, and video writer will take the width and height in integer, so we need to convert it. So it is going to take int, we need to cast it, int of WCI dot get, okay, WCI dot get cv2 dot cap. okay, so we are taking first width, and we will copy this thing, wait a minute, we will copy this thing and we will use the same here, but this time it is going to be the height, h, and this function will change, of course, cap. It is going to be the height. We took the height, we have the width and height, and I think we are done with all the parameter. These are the parameter that WCO need, and you need to create this WCO every time. WCO is the variable name, of course. You need to create a video writer object. It will take these parameter. The first one is the output.avi, the name of the file. The second one is the codec, which you should store in some variable, or you can pass this whole here, but I recommend you to store it in the variable so you can use it again and again in your code. okay, after that we have frames per second, so I pass 30, width and height. Not to waste time, let's just move to our next part. While WCI dot is opened. Now you must know what I'm trying to do here, because if you saw my previous video, then you must be knowing this. okay, so return value and frame, it will cv2 dot WCI dot read. Now what this WCI dot read is going to do, it is going to give us the frame. If the frame is available, the RET value will be true, and if the RET value will be true, the frame that is available will be stored in the frame variable that we created here. okay, now what we are going to do is, if return is true, then only we want to move ahead, otherwise there is no need to. So what we are going to do is WCO dot write. Now what we are going to do, we are going to write the frames in our file, that is going to be the output.avi. okay, and one more thing is there, since we are taking the input from our webcam, we know that the webcam is not going to turn off on itself. It will run indefinitely and we will get the output indefinitely. We must have something to stop. So cv2 dot wait key, delay will be okay, so the delay must be 1. We need each frame for 1 second, of course, 1 millisecond, sorry. When it will be equal to, when we press E, we want to break out of this loop, so we just break out of this loop. And also if the return value is false, we want to break out of this loop. Okay, this is important, we want to break out of this loop. Okay, so we are good to go. But one more thing, I think the frame that we are going to write, we should also show this. Okay, so in order to see the frame, we just need to cv2.im. so window name will be video output, and the second thing, it going to take the image which we want to show is frame. Okay, so we have video output and frame is the name of the the frame of the video. Okay, so we are done with this. And okay, one more thing here, we need to release the input. So wci dot release, we need to release the input, and also we need to destroy all the windows, we don't need them now, destroy all windows. Okay, so one more thing I want to tell you, that in some of the 64-bit processors, if you are finding any problem with wait key, if wait key is not working, then you can just add this and 0xff, you need to add this. Okay, so it will work then. Okay, if you are facing the problem. Okay, and ff should be in capital. Okay, so we are good to go. I think we should now run this code. Okay, so let me run. You are going to see my hand. Okay, it will take some time, let it. Okay, so I hope you can see my hand there. Oh, sorry, you can see my hand there. And now I am going to press E key, and when I will press the E key, you will see that we will see a new file will be saved here with name output.avi. I am pressing E, I just pressed E, and the output.avi file is saved here. Now I am going to open this. Okay, when I'll open this, okay, wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. I think I need to go to the source. The source is so in Explorer. Okay, output. Okay, okay, so this is our output video. I hope you can see this. So this is how we write the videos in our system, and I think we are done with this. Some of the things that you need to be very careful about are the 4cc codec, you should use HFYU. The frames per second, I pass 30, you can try different. The width and height, you should get the width and height like this. And if you know, if you are using a video file suppose, and you know its width and height, then you can pass it directly. Okay, so thank you so much, see you in the next video.